That's football. This is your latest football news. We're in the middle of the international break. Controversial in itself, really, because some people, myself included, don't really like it, but it always throws up some big stories. And as this is the last group fixtures of the World Cup qualifying campaign for World Cup 18 in Russia next week, we will know in the early hours of Wednesday morning, if you're UK based, midnight effectively on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, Argentina will play Ecuador and Peru will play Colombia, and that will be the 18th fixture in that group. And if Argentina don't win, they will definitely be not in the World Cup 2018 unless Peru lose at home to Colombia, which I think is unlikely. So it's unbelievable. I am one of those people that do enjoy the World Cup and the Euros in the summer. I think international breaks in the actual season, I'm not for that, but the tournaments in the summer I enjoy. And look, England, they're never going to win the World Cup, so that's not a concern to me. So what I want to see in a major tournament are the best players playing. So I want to see Argentina there, and the reality is they may not. However, the flip to that coin is quite simple. If they aren't there, they're not there because they don't deserve to be there. It's not like a one-game lottery. They've played 18 games in qualification and they are in 6th place at the moment. The top 4 qualify. The 5th play a qualifier against New Zealand, so the 5th team will qualify, although New Zealand have been to a World Cup. So Argentina have put themselves into that position, and the talent they have, obviously pinnacled by Messi, it's got a little bit messy, to be honest, but they're not the only ones. They're not the only ones. It's a big day today in relation to qualifiers, and tomorrow Scotland will find out whether they're going to be runners-up today. I think they're up against it, to be honest, because it's only the runners-up in the European teams that go into the qualifier in November. England will have topped that group, so interesting there. But yet again, Holland will not be in a major tournament. They will not make it. There's a freak result that could happen that won't happen. France and Sweden hold the first 2 places, and they will hold those places. Netherlands, Holland, Dutch, whatever you want to say, they will not be part of another major tournament, which is shocking, absolutely shocking from their point. But you know, the Dutch have always been good at bringing young players through, and they are struggling big time. I think they had the ageing stars like Van Persie, Schneider, and they're really struggling now. And again, it's quite sad, but ultimately, is it sad? Or is it just the evolution of football? Because I've grown up with great Dutch sides, Argentina being very exciting, but this is the evolution of football. I suppose this is what we want as well. We want our teams to you know, entertain us and excite us. And if they're not good enough, they're not good enough. As I said, it's not a one-shot lottery. They really have had opportunities to do it. I mean, when you look at the South American group, Brazil top it by a long way, Uruguay 2nd, Chile 3rd, Colombia 4th, and then it's Peru or Argentina, really. Although if Peru were to beat Colombia and Argentina were to win away at Ecuador, then they would leapfrog Colombia. So it's not actually all over for Argentina. Without getting too intricate into it, they have 5 points, the same as Peru. Colombia have 26 points, but Peru and Colombia are playing each other. So if they both draw, then Argentina would leapfrog them and they would make it into the top 4. So it's there to be done. But Argentina are away to Ecuador, and I don't think they've won there for quite a while. In fact, they've drawn their past 3 qualifiers, which is 2,000. It's the old 2,900 metres above sea level thing, so it's all about the air and everything like that. But Ecuador have lost their last 5 qualifying games. So, you know, Argentina can turn it round, but they've made hard work of it. A win is effectively what they need to do, and I think a win will put them through, really, because Peru and Colombia, they'll leapfrog one of them, so they'll definitely be in the qualifiers. So it may not be the end for Argentina, but I think the major concern more about Argentina is the fact that they're not playing well, and how are they going to produce a result from it. On to international football itself. USA and Pulisic, says Robert Reed. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Pulisic there. Messi will retire if they don't make it to the World Cup, says Daniel Brown. Theon Curtin says Scotland have got Slovenia away, which is a tough game. Remember, we're doing the big one tomorrow. In fact, let me give it a little bit of a build-up so you've got a little bit of context for it, because I think it's going to be really, really exciting. The Wales group with Ireland. So Serbia are effectively going to qualify, I think, although they did lose to Austria. They host Georgia, Serbia tomorrow, and Georgia are second from bottom, so Serbia should win that, which would give them automatic qualification in first place. It's really all about second place and who will get the runner-up spot between Wales and Republic of Ireland. And yeah, it's it's in Cardiff, so Wales have got the advantage. Wales have also got the advantage that they're a point ahead, so a draw will do them. So it's a massive game for Ireland. If Ireland beat Wales, they'll go into second. If Wales get a draw or a win, they'll stay second. So bit of pressure on Wales being at home. Ireland, they've just got to go for it. But we'll be doing a watch along for that tomorrow night, because we know we've got a lot of Irish and Welsh people who get involved on YouTube, and I'm sure it's a massive game for you lot. So as a neutral, really looking forward to watching that. We'll be doing the watch along tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for that. Which international team do you like, Mark? Says Agni Mitra. Well, I'm English, so I have to support them, and it's tough. Do you think the ref will go with Argentina, since FIFA would want to produce money from Messi, says TJ Fizzy? Well, I think that's a very, very good point, and I hate to have to speak about corruption, but, you know, it does go on, especially in relation to FIFA. Even if they do fluke a Wales game, they will get hammered in the playoffs, says Donal, in relation to Ireland. Yeah, Ireland are another team that, you know, consistently were quite good for a few years, but they are struggling. But so are England. England are struggling as well. Messi and Dybala plays the same role, so it's hard to play with Messi, says Antonio Burrows. But they've still got people like Higuain, haven't they? I mean, over 18 games, Argentina should not be struggling to finish 5th place in the South American group at all. And it would be very sad. I want Messi and Argentina to be there, because I know I know there's part of me now thinking, oh, that's good, but who does it benefit? It doesn't benefit England, Argentina not being in the World Cup, because England aren't going to win the World Cup. So from a personal level, I want Argentina to be in the World Cup, because next summer, when Argentina are playing their World Cup games, I will watch Argentina, because I like a lot of their players. If they're not there, I ain't going to watch Argentina, am I? If I was Brazil, I would be hoping Argentina mess up, because I'd be thinking, you know what, they're not good now, but they've got good players, and in a year's time they could be a rival for the World Cup. And if I was France, I'd think the same. If I was Germany or Spain, I'd think the same. But as an England fan, I want Argentina to be there, because there is zero chance England are winning this World Cup. And I like the World Cup, and I want to be able to watch teams like Argentina and that, and really embrace the tournament for what it is. Could Syria qualify for the World Cup? Well, funny enough, I've just read something about that. Let me go to that. There was something I read. Here we go. Asia, the Syria story. Syria remain in contention for the World Cup despite the odds being stacked against the nation that is in the middle of a 6-year civil war. The team have no funding because of sanctions and play their home games in Malaysia, a 9,000-mile round trip. But they made it through to a playoff against Australia with a late penalty and them a 1-1 draw on Thursday. The return leg takes place in Sydney on Tuesday, the 10th of October. So that is on Tuesday. It's a kick-off at 10 AM. British Central Time, and the winner will face a CONCACAF side in another 2-leg tie the following month for a place at the World Cup. So, you know, Syria probably aren't going to make it, because the second leg is in Australia, and it was 1-1 in the first. But it's a bit of a tale, isn't it? As John Maxwell, the Socceroos will win, and Donald says Australia are a disgrace if they're not qualifying. What if England win the World Cup, Mark, says Luke? I'd love for England to win the World Cup in my lifetime. I don't care if we're managed by Southgate and he's inept or not. I would love to win the World Cup. But, you know, reality bites. I mean, yeah, in the past, teams like Greece have won the Euros. But not for me. England can't win the World Cup. But I'll look forward to the World Cup. I mean, we did the watch along on Thursday on this channel, and we were talking about our favourite films. They're just a boring, boring team. So England are playing today, Ryan, against Lithuania. We're not doing a watch along for that, life's too short, but we will be keeping an eye. I will be keeping an eye, I'm sure you are. The Scotland game is the interesting one, and whether they can do it. They've got a tough tie, but if they were to win, just to remind those Scots, I'm sure you're all fully aware of it anyway, but Scotland are currently second with 17 points, but Slovakia and Slovenia are 2 and 3 points behind them. But they play. Scotland's destiny is now in the hands after a late winner against Slovakia on Thursday lifted them into second, and victory in Slovenia would clinch a playoff spot for them. So they're playing Slovenia, Scotland. If they lose to Slovenia, Slovenia would actually leapfrog them. Slovakia are playing Malta, so Slovakia are going to win, and they've got a better goal difference. So Scotland need to win in Slovenia, because Slovakia will go up to 18 points. If Scotland draw in Slovenia, Slovakia have got better goal difference. So Scotland need to win in Slovenia to qualify for the qualifiers for the World Cup, if that makes sense. I think Iceland will qualify for the World Cup, Dylan, by the looks of it, the last I'd looked. But I'll be totally honest with you, I'm very, very excited to get these international games out of the way. There is some interest tomorrow night, Wales and Ireland, and then obviously the early hours of Wednesday morning with Argentina. They are of interest. But then we're building towards the Premier League, really, and that's where we're back, aren't we? I will be doing FIFA 18 career. I just a busy weekend. My FIFA 18 career probably is going to be, I think I'll probably do my next one at 11 o'clock tomorrow night for people who want to watch that. So 11 o'clock tomorrow night will be the next FIFA 18 career mode episode. There's a Skype show happening tonight at 9 o'clock with Xander on this channel, so you can Skype in and have your say. And then we've got a watch along tomorrow night as well. So there's quite a lot of content on That's Football coming up. Remember to subscribe. It is a new channel. Keep telling your friends about it. Keep getting involved. It is very interactive, as you can see. Thanks for everybody who's joined me this morning. Give us your thoughts below. The purpose of the show really was to sort of give a summary of what's going on with the World Cup. No Netherlands, it's not going to happen. Big day for Scotland. Big day for Wales and Ireland tomorrow. Big day for Argentina on Wednesday, early hours. But where do you stand on it? Do you want Argentina knocked out, or do you want them there, regardless of whoever you support? I personally want them there. But if they don't get there, they don't deserve to be there, because 18 games should be enough. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to drop us a like, give us your comments, and we'll be back tonight at 9 o'clock on this channel with the Skype show, where you can call in and have your say on anything you want, football related of course, but anything. That's the point of That's Football. It is huge. You can talk about anything you want. Speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching.